Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Montreal Canadiens Franchise Rebuild. We're coming off year 1 and the offseason where we were about 38-4, something along those lines. But this year, we made a couple signings. We learned a little bit more about morale and how it kind of may have screwed us over a little bit. But nothing too crazy here as we take a look at the moves we made last episode. If you missed it, we added on to the team Eric Robinson, who was originally an 85 overall with the Morale. Turns out he's only 80 overall. He's been playing well so far, but we signed him to a pretty long deal, 7 years at $2 million. And then the other one that we made, which I think ends up being a good move, was trading for Adin Hill. We thought he was an 88 overall. Turns out he's an 84 overall, but it's a 1-year contract. We got rid of Joel Armia and a 5th and 6th. I think it ends up being a good move there. We also have Sam Montembeault in the cage as our backup goaltender, an 81 overall, but definitely changed a little bit with the morales, if we were to say that. But Dvorak, because of the morale, is actually up to an 86 overall, so that's good to see as well. Best locker room chemistry that he's with Montembeault, so we got to keep him around. Slavkovsky also up to an 83. Uri Slavkovsky, got it right that time. How about that? Kirby Doc Farrell. So we got that second line of just youth, 22, 23, 20 years old, and Dvorak 28, 25, and 23 for Goal Caulfield. So that first line is electric. I mean, ever since starting the series, Suzuki has definitely been the leader of the pack. Defensively, we also signed Gostisbehere, who we thought was $9 million, or not $9 million, who we thought was 89 overall. Ends up he is 83 overall. We signed him not to too crazy of a deal. Not our best work on that deal though. But we're really hoping that Caden Gooley can definitely develop a little bit more in this off season or during this regular season. But let's go take a look at the expiring contracts this year and see what we're gonna have to work with here. We do have a little bit of money, so I'm not too concerned. But let's go take a look at the contracts expiring. And it's going to be, this is the final year. So let's go take a look at 25, 26. So we're going to have to sign Dvorak, who honestly, the earlier we sign him, the better. Okay. So Dvorak's going to want $8 million. So that's first line money. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hold off on that now. Savard, 33 years old, looking like he wants around $4 million. Jake Evans, who everyone wants to trade for. I think we can get this deal done. 7 years at $1 million. I mean, that's fine. We don't have to worry about signing him in the offseason. Gooley, definitely signing him earlier, the better. So looks like he's going to stay around the same overall. I'm going to give him, let's go $5 million for, or 5 years for $4.35 million. Slavkovsky, definitely want to wrap him up as soon as possible. And do we take a risk on him? Do we go longer term, maybe 4 years? Let's do 4 years, and then let's get him at 5.7250. Probably could have got him a little bit cheaper, but that's okay. Farrell, another guy I want to lock up right away before he gets too expensive. So Farrell, we could take, you know what, Farrell? I'm going to lock him up 8 years, hoping he develops at 1.8250. So if he develops, he can be a really good player on that contract. Harris, don't really care too much about him. 1 year, $1 million. I mean, that's fine. We're going to get Harris's extension done as well. And looking at the goaltenders here, Adin Hill. So what does Adin Hill want? I mean, 2 years for an 84 overall goalie at $800K. Yeah, I'll do that. No problem whatsoever. So I think we just got a couple steals. Even Adin Hill at 84 overall at less than $1 million for 2 seasons. I think that's a great move here. Let's go take a look at the player morale, because obviously this is something I need to be monitoring a little bit more. So Dvorak up, Montembeault up, Gooley not so high. So what can I do to help? So maybe go through all of our top players. Slavkovsky down just a little bit, but still at an 83. So maybe we want to go look at the lowest overalls, and it's going to be Harris, who no concerns, but 79 is our lowest. Isn't that big of a deal. Leader, so Like to see that on Brendan Gallagher. Any other leaders on our team? So Aiden Hill has a presence, leader for Monahan, leader for Gallagher. Ideally, if we can get that leadership for Suzuki as well, I think that would go a long way in his career development. So Nick Suzuki, let's keep it dominating here. Year number 2, let's simulate to the Chicago Blackhawks game where we got Uri Slafkovsky versus Connor Bedard. Let's slow sim this one as we are on home ice. Clear the throat a little bit before we get going. First period. Who scores first, Slafkovsky or Bedard? I got Slafkovsky. First period, 2-1. Newhook and captain Nick Suzuki get goals for the good guys. And Victor Arvidsson squeaks one through Aiden Hill with 46 seconds left. Being outshot currently 11-8. Second period. Big second period, lots of goals, and there it is, Slafkovsky better than Bedard. Boom. They get a goal from Kurashev. Slafkovsky on the power play. Our power play has been lethal. Jason, or I believe Justin, or Jeff, something Barron, and then Seth Jones makes the game a little bit closer at the end of the period. But going into the third period, a 4-3 leads for the Montreal Canadiens, and Connor Bedard gets a goal for the Chicago Blackhawks, but Farrell answers right back as the kids are here to play. 5-4 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. Power play. Bedard unable to get it done. Big kill there. 5 minutes left. Do we have Suzuki? Maybe one more to put this game away. 1 minute. And the Montreal Canadiens do hold on for a big win against the Chicago Blackhawks. 5-4. Slafkovsky, 3 points. Monahan, 2 points. And let's go take a look at the rest of the Montreal Canadiens stats. Caulfield with 2 assists. Monahan, 2 assists. Dvorak, 2 points. Suzuki just with the 27 minutes on ice. That's insane. Farrell, Jake Evans, only 7 minutes on the ice. Who didn't play that well? Robertson, not used to that. He was playing on second line, but third line now. But that's okay. I think even for his contract, it's not that bad. Ice time morale changes. Let's slow sim. Slafkovsky is back, okay? Gooley back. And Farrell. Ooh. Farrell not happy with the deal. So maybe let's go try getting Farrell. Let's go try locking up Farrell because I think we can get him on a really good contract here. So let's go contracts. Where are we located? Manage contracts. Here we go. View contracts. And let's see if we can lock up Farrell in this offseason. Go down to, he's about an 82. Okay. How can we get this done? I do want to, do I just give him $2 million? I'm going to give him $2 million. Because even at 81 overall, I mean, $2 million is fair. As the dog is chewing up something. Look at what he did. Look what he did to his face. This poor monkey. Put you over there. You mean dog, Percy. But let's keep it going here. And I'm going to simulate this game quickly. And I just want to see if we're... Okay, player conversations. Sean Monahan. Okay. What does Sean have to say? Right now, I feel like I'm... Like, playing 12 minutes isn't enough ice time for my abilities. Well, Sean, disagree. Persuade. I'm going to try persuading him. I'm a team player. I'll play wherever you need me, boss. I'm glad we're on the same page now. Okay, he might get mad at me. No morale changes. Okay, that's good. He's an 85 overall now. Let me go take a look at Sean Monahan. The problem is I just can't get him up the lineup. Because then I'll be taken away from either Slafkovsky or Farrell or Kirby Dach. It's just not something. Maybe Farrell's not ready for that line. I can throw Monahan on the second line. 80 overall. 77. So what if I try this? I try putting Farrell as a center, his natural position. With Newhook, I mean, I know. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Because Monahan is good. 85 overall. Turning to an 87. He's going to help Slafkovsky, who is honestly a better prospect to grow. And also Kirby Dach. So I'll listen to you, Monahan. I'll listen to you. So maybe I should have told him I'd listen to him from the beginning. But I'm just waiting to see if Farrell... Oh, here we go. Kirby Dach wants to speak about... Isn't enough ice time? No, you're playing second line. You got tons of ice time, Kirby. No, disagree. That's not good there. Lost 7 morale. Okay, so this morale is going to be really tough to kind of work with. Let's simulate this. He's playing second line minutes. Okay, Farrell accepts. So 7 years for Farrell at $8 million. We've lost a couple games in a row here. Let's go to the game against the Carolina Hurricanes, who are also struggling. 3-5 now. Let's slow simulate this one and then get into the real simulations. But this morale thing, we're going to have to work on a way of really kind of working this out, because everyone gets mad. They're all upset. Carolina opens a scoring as Max Pacioretty scores the first goal on his former team. Second period, we get 2 goals. Sean Monahan after getting promoted, and Christian Dvorak. So our top 2 lines scoring goals in this period. Svechnikov gets one for the Carolina Hurricanes. But heading into the third period, and Sean Monahan gets another goal. Max Pacioretty evens it up with his second of the game. And Cole Caulfield answers back right away. 3 goals in a 3-minute span as the Montreal Canadiens take the lead. And Dennis Savard gets a huge goal on Freddie Anderson. And we kill a massive power play. Can we get an empty nickel to pad the stats here? We cannot, but we'll take the win. 5-3, a big game for Monahan, so maybe listening to him was really worth it. Caulfield 2 points, Savard 2 points. Love to see that right there. And we're going to simulate a couple games. I just want to see if there's any morale things that come up here. Caulfield 6 goals in 10 games so far. I'm going to slow simulate. No, let's simulate a couple weeks here. I want to get through the season pretty relatively quick. So maybe let's go to a divisional rival in January. Let's take the Ottawa Senators, December 30th, Montreal Canadiens versus Ottawa Senators, and see how the teams stack up. Currently, the Sens are 4-10, 4-11 at the bottom. Huge 8-0 loss. Jake DeBrusk. I don't think we need him. We already have morale issues with ice time. I think I'm going to retract that trade right now. And the Montreal Canadiens not having a great year so far. 8-3. We're still within reason. Wow. Sean Monahan. Right now, I don't think I'm performing to the best of my abilities. So is he not playing well? Let me say I agree. Be yourself. Any suggestions how I can help? Okay. I thought about it. I need better chemistry with my line mates or more ice time too. Management morale goes down by 15. Oof. So this, with morale in the game, is what I've learned. You really got to change these lines a lot, which I'm okay with. So maybe I'm going to stop it. I don't want DeBrusk. There's just some players that, aren't going to play well. Ristolainen. Don't want Rasmus Ristolainen. 12. There we go. We're above. Okay, there we go. A little nice winning streak here. Can we beat Colorado? Okay, I don't want to end this simulation now. I don't want Jake DeBrusk. Another win there. Columbus, we take a win there. Philly, lose that. Okay, we're stopping here. We're 17, 14, and 4. The Ottawa Senators are 15, 16, and 5. So very open. The Ottawa Senators, 35 points, the last in our division. We're at 38 just in the playoff position. So let's slow simulate the game against Timmy Stützle and the Ottawa Senators, divisional rivals, but we are on home ice, so I expect a win here. First period, 1-0. Claude Giroux opens the scoring, even though we're out shooting the Sens. 15-5. Let's go Habs. Second period, Sean Monahan gets a goal. Ridley Gregg gets a goal for the Ottawa Senators. And again, heavily out shooting them. We got to get one past Korpisalo here. At least get it to overtime. We cannot lose in regulation to the Ottawa Senators in this point of the season. Power play, it's a long one. Unable to... Ridley Gregg gets his second of the game on Aiden Hill. And the offense, we had a lot of shots, but just couldn't break through Korpisalo this game as we fall 3-1 to the Ottawa Senators. Don't want to talk about it. It's okay. Now let's go take a look at our morale situation and our lines and see if Sean Monahan, no one over a point per game as of right now. So let's go take a look at the lines and see. So Monahan's still at an 85 overall. Farrell, how you playing? 9 points minus 18. So this line is just horrendous. Doc, how you playing? Second line. Got to keep him on the second line. Monahan, 18 points in 36 games. I mean, really not that good. Not that bad for Slavkovsky. What about Dvorak? You know what, Slavkovsky, you're going up here. Dvorak, you can come on that second line, and hopefully you can help out that second line. I'm going to have Slavkovsky go up to that first line. How is Caulfield doing? 13 goals, 19 assists, just about 4 points? 32 points? 36 games, not terrible. Gallagher, Newhook, and Farrell. This line, I think Newhook's just, I don't think he's going to be anything. But his defensive awareness and his defensive skills are actually pretty good. Farrell, decent defensive skills as well. How can we make this work? How can we make this work? Eric Robertson, maybe we bring down Eric Robertson and bring up Josh Anderson or even Jake Evans. I think I want to keep Jake Evans down there. Brendan Gallagher? No. I think Josh Anderson bringing up. Maybe we can try this and hope that this will help our third line, even though Robinson's on that crazy deal. Defense, Gostisbehere, how you playing? Yeah, 11 points in 36 games isn't going to cut it for you, Gostisbehere. Can we move these lines around a little bit? Savard, no, can't move that. We're kind of in a tough situation, but Savard or Gostisbehere, I think we got to get rid of Gostisbehere. I think he's just not the one to be there. So we're still looking for a top tier defenseman. So I think what we should be doing, let's go take a look at the player leaders and the points. Player stats, we're 17, 15, and 4. So we're not out of contention, but look at all those minuses on the team. Caulfield, Doc's having an okay year here at 27 and 36. Slavkovsky, 26. Dvorak, 25. Monahan, 18. Newhook, 13. Just not a lot of scoring. Gostisbehere is a challenge for us. Farrell is a challenge at minus 18, but nothing we can really do. We got to have him on that third line as of right now. Looking in the entire NHL, leading the way is Connor McDavid or Nikita Kucherov. Leon Draisaitl and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 48 and 47. Where in the world is Connor McDavid? Connor McDavid, okay, well, 42 and 37, still not bad, but a little low if you ask me. We got Duchesne, Marchand, Kaprizov, Ovi, RNH, Carter Verhaeghe in third, playing with probably Matt Tkachuk is why he's that high. But not terrible, not terrible. So I think what this team really is missing is a top tier defenseman. Obviously, I'm not going to make any wild trades as of right now, but maybe let's go to this Edmonton game. One of the top teams in the league. I want to take a look and see how we stack up against a Stanley Cup contender in the Edmonton Oilers with two of the best players in the world and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's playing really well. First period, 1-1 Leon Draisaitl, and we get one from Barron. Second period, that's what I like to see. Farrell, okay, that's what we need to see. Farrell has not had a good season, and that's a big goal. Eric Robinson gets a goal. Mike Matheson, as we are up 4-1 over one of the best teams in the league. Can we hold on? Getting peppered right now, outshot 30-27, and Leon Draisaitl scores his second of the game with 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Just don't let another one in quickly. Just don't let another one in. Maybe a Montreal goal. Caulfield, keep up with them potentially. And it looks like that's the way it's going to end. A 4-2 victory for the Montreal Canadiens. A little bit of depth goal scoring in there, which is good to see. Robinson has a great game. Aiden Hill has a great game. And maybe let's go take a look at the morale and see how the team is looking. Player morale. And looks like the morale for the most part, about 75, not too bad. Our lowest is Harris, Robertson, but still good morales if you ask me. Suzuki, happy, good to see. I just want to go through. Harvey Pinard is his best locker room chemistry. That's interesting. Alex Newhook. So if we trade Newhook, that would be bad. That would be bad for Caulfield. So I think we got to keep Newhook around. Montembeault got to keep around. Gooley definitely keep around. Josh Anderson, Montembeault, Novak. I just want to see if there's anyone here from another team. So Gostisbehere would affect Eric Robinson. I don't really care too much about that if I'm being honest, but it's one thing to kind of keep in the back of our mind. And I just want to go take a look at Aiden Hill and what his overall is now, if he's still up at an 84. So still an 84 overall for Aiden Hill. One shutout. Stats haven't been that good. Montembeault really has been the best goalie for us. I'm going to start Montembeault. I think he's been great ever since kind of the franchise mode started. I guess not coming into the franchise. Another good team. I want to slow simulate this game as well. I know I'm slow simulating a lot. Robertson, a third for Nick Hague. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to see that. But let's go into the game versus the Minnesota Wild and see if we can take down back-to-back top teams in the league. First period, that is not good. Jonathan Toews and Patrick Maroon, two vets on this squad. Second period, okay, we get a goal back. Jake Evans on Philip Gustafsson. We have a chance here. Power play and Kaprizov. That's a big goal to let in so early in the third. If we can get one before the 7-minute mark, we're coming back. If we get one before the 7-minute, okay, this game's over. This game's over. 4-1 loss to the Minnesota Wild. They're a top team. They're in the West. We don't have to worry about it. If we're going to lose, I'd rather lose to the West. But let's go to the trade deadline. Last year, we missed out on our target. So hopefully this year we do not. Going into the trade deadline, let's slow sim and see what we can get. 18, 18, and 4. 3 losses in a row. 4 losses in a row. I don't want Cop. 5 losses in a row. 6 losses in a row. 7, 8 losses in a row. 9 losses in a row. Oh my. We just went. That was a terrible stretch. But we might get a good draft pick now. So at this point, do we sell? Do we give up someone like Sean Monahan? I think trading Sean Monahan for a draft pick wouldn't be the worst. Wow. The season was looking good. Okay, who do we got? Kirby Doc. Don't think. Oh, we're going to be making adjustments. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna be making some moves at Kirby Doc. I think at this point of the season, we gotta get rid of some people. Hague, I don't want Hague. Jake Allen, you're terrible. Shattenkirk, don't want you. So 27, 30. We are a seller this year. Enter trade deadline, and we're making some moves definitely this year. We need a defenseman. Nikas. Well, Nikas would fill that role in our top line. Gavrikov. Gavrikov's not bad. Severson, Fleury, Jenner, Tarasenko. Dvorak's on the block for us. I think bringing back Dvorak would probably be a good move. Zuccarello. But the only one I'm interested off the top here is Nikas or Gavrikov. What would it take for Gavrikov? He obviously wants some sort of contract extension. And I think the player I'm willing to give up is going to be Sean Monahan. So we have 2 first-round draft picks already. And Calgary's looking worse than we are. What if I did Gavrikov for Monahan and a 3rd-round selection? Okay, trade rejected. Just kind of kicking the tires here. Gavrikov. What's his overall? 89, but it's not legitimately his overall. A quick little assignment. Just want to know what he is. I have to assign it before. I'm not going to take my chance on Gavrikov. I'm not going to go for him. I want to go find trade. And what can we get for Sean Monahan? Add asset. Sean Monahan, 10. A 2nd and a 3rd. A prospect. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Tyler Myers, Sketchy, a 2nd and 3rd. Artem Zub. Zub wouldn't be terrible, but not the highest overall. A 2nd and 3rd, a 2nd and a 4th. So Monahan for a 2nd seems to be the most reasonable request. And is it even worth giving up Sean Monahan for a 2nd? Do they have any prospects on their team? Lysel for Monahan, I would do straight up 1-for-1. Anybody else? You know, what if we just tried this? A little bit of an upgrade. And we went a 3rd. I'll give you 2 3s. I'll give you 2 threes, and I'll even give you a 6. Why not? So that would work. Monahan for Lysel. We're making some moves to the team. Monahan, not that he was bad. It's just, I think it's time to move on. And I think even potentially adding Christian Dvorak and just seeing what we can get for Dvorak. I think it'll be a problem with his morale. I think now's a great time to trade for him. We can tank a little bit. 2 seconds, OEL, a second and a third, Ottawa. What does Washington have to offer? They're not a good team. If we can get Washington's first round selection, okay, hear me out. Washington's first round selection, we'll give them our second, and we'll also throw in a prospect to make this a little bit more realistic. We'll go down and see what can we get rid of. Low elite, I want to keep the defenseman though. Waugh. Joshua Waugh I want him on my third line. Pack another defenseman prospect. Alex Newhook, I know we talked about trading him. What about Shane Gostisbehere? Get him out of here. He's been terrible for us. And I'll also give them, just to sweeten a bit, a second next year. Washington would be over the salary cap. Okay. What if I took all of the remaining money for Christian Dvorak this year? So Dvorak, league approved. I'm giving up a lot here, but I'm okay with the trade. Okay, done. Trade accepted. We're tanking now. We are tanking now. Now, Jake Evans, you have such high trade value. He has such high trade value. Jake Evans. Do we just continue selling here? I'm going to take a look. Jake Evans, what can we get? A second? 2 seconds for Jake Evans? What does Vegas have to offer? Vegas is a good team. Give me your first, Vegas. I think I can get the Vegas first round pick here. I can have 4 first round picks if I go just like this. Jake Evans for a first round pick. Done. We just sold our whole team. We just sold everyone. Anyone else that want to get rid of? Matheson maybe? Do we want to trade Matheson? I'd like to trade Matheson too. Matheson for a defenseman. Vegas. Maybe let's go to the Kraken. Yeah, let's go to the Kraken and see what defenseman they have. I think I can swing a deal and get a defenseman here. Defenseman. So Vinny Dunn, 89 overall. Vinny Dunn would be nice. Vinny Dunn would definitely be nice. Let me take a look here and just see how he's playing. Superstar X Factor. Not that good defensively, though. All things considered, not that great defensively. Let's keep it going. I just want to see if there's potentially a defenseman here that we can snag up and really make... Oh, wow. Victor Hedman. Yeah, not going to happen. Chernak. I think Chernak would be a better player than Mike Matheson. Just let's kick tires on this. Okay, Chernak has some good trade value here. If we want to get Chernak, we would definitely need to add some pieces in here. So let's see what we got. Robinson we can add, but I actually don't mind having Robinson on the squad. Harvey Pinard is on the team. Barron, Lindstrom. I can add Lindstrom, and I might not be able to get this deal done. A third. This is all I'm willing to do. All I'm willing to do. Chernak. A lot of picks. 2/3 and a 4th. They don't want to take on the salary. Bro, if I took some salary, just $1 million, just to kind of kick tires. So he would say yes. Let's just get it done. I just want to blow up the team. I'm blowing up the team. We gave him a year, not enough time to be honest. And Nikas. Kneecast. What would it take? What would it take? Just wondering. Just wondering, you know, I'm not sold on Kneecast, but what if I give you a first round pick for Kneecast, and then I went ahead and also gave you a player to fulfill his role, which he is not signed right now, so it doesn't really matter. But maybe I gave you also Dennis Savard and Norlander. What if I gave you that? Okay, Nikas's not coming. Nikas's not coming. I'm not going to overshoot here. That's all the trades I'm going to make. So obviously switched up the team a lot right there. And on waivers here, Matthew Phillips, I'm going to decline that. We're going to lose a lot of morale right here. Yeah, Sean Monahan definitely was a big trade. But I think we're going to have some good prospects coming in now. We're going to have some good prospects coming in. Let's take a look. Slavkovsky going to play on that first line. Caulfield, Harvey Pinard. You know what? This way, I'm just going to go best lines. Kind of exactly how I had them, really. Newhook, Harvey Pinard, Robinson, Lysel. Lysel, if I can bring up instead of Gallagher, I'm going to do that. Maybe even have Gallagher there. Okay. And then for center, Yolinen or Gallagher, I don't really care. Defenseman, Gooley. Chernak, 85 so far. So he ends up being an 85 overall, 27 years old. I'm okay with that. I am more than okay with that. Barron and Gooley. Actually, I'm going to bring Gooley down just to protect him a little bit. He could play with Savard. Chernak can play on that top pairing. Barron can play there. Savard. Actually, I can bring Savard up. No, we'll keep it like this. We'll keep it like that. That's going to be our roster for the rest of the year. Obviously, a terrible month in, what was it, February? Let's slow sim this game versus the Ottawa Senators and see what we can get done here. First period, 0-0. Second period, 3-1. We get a goal from Caulfield. And third period, 4-1. Tim Stützle ends the game for the Ottawa Senators. But that's good. We just want to keep losing here. And we have some good picks here. We have the Flames pick. Look at them. 20, 37, and 8. I don't even remember how we got the Flames pick, but we have the Flames pick, so we'll take it. Fabian Lysel. And we're going to simulate to the last game of the regular season, which is once again against the Ottawa Senators. And what we're looking for right now is just loss, 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 loss. Keep losing. These are not good wins here. Kirby Doc. But I'm still riding the pine. Buddy. Fuck you. Get out of here. This guy riding the pine. Buddy, you're getting enough ice time. You're playing second line minutes. So you're never getting on the first line. Have you seen our first line? It's the best in the league. We're losing a lot of these games in overtime. There we go. Keep losing. You actually beat Calgary. Okay, well, 9-5. We'll take that. Keep it going. Keep losing. Keep losing. Perfect. Perfect. Lose this one. Lose this one. And lose this final game here against the Ottawa Senators. And we do. Okay. This is good. We were in playoff contention at the start of the video. Not so much now. We obviously don't make the playoffs. Vegas makes the playoffs, so we have their first round pick. But let's go take a look here and see the final. There you go. Suzuki, once again, over a point per game. Love to see that. Player stats. Suzuki, Caulfield even wasn't a minus. Kirby Doc, 53. Slavkovsky, 49. Really slowed down on that first line. But we're going to keep him growing, keep him growing. Farrell actually came a lot better playing on that third line instead of the second line. Newhook, 35. Anderson. Chernak. How did Chernak play when he became an Ottawa Senator? That's the question. 8 assists, or not Ottawa Senator, Montreal Canadiens. 8 assists in 20 games, -8. I mean, we were bound to get scored on a couple times, so it makes sense to me. Lysel, 4 points. Kroshvenix, 4 points. Yolinen, 6 points. Harvey Pinard, 11. So Harvey Pinard actually played pretty well on that third line. Definitely a player we can see at 82 overall now play a little bit more. I know he plays in the NHL quite frequently. He is a really good player. He scored a hat trick last year too, I'm pretty sure. But the entire league, keep it going. Mitch Marner, 76 helpers. Leading goal scorer was Alexander Ovechkin, who has now broken the record almost at 1,000 career goals. If he plays one more season, he might just get there. Jeff Skinner scored 45. That's crazy. But let's go into the team stats and take a look at the entire league and see. Okay. Clear the throat because it's a big moment. We don't want to see the Montreal. Wow, Ottawa finished 10th and didn't make the playoffs. Insane. We don't want to see Calgary. We don't want to see Montreal. Oh my God. One more down. Okay, Montreal, we finished 29th. Arizona 31. Calgary 32. So Calgary was 1 point off the top draft pick. But that's okay. That's okay. We have 2 picks in the bottom 4 if nothing changes. Or in the top 4. Not bottom 4. God, that would be awful. But let's simulate these playoffs and take a peek and see where we are going to be in the NHL draft lottery. I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared here. Boston's going to end up winning the cup. I think we have Boston's first. So I hope Boston doesn't win the cup. Let's go Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wins the cup. That's my guess. The Toronto Maple Leafs get the job done. And here we come. Here it is. And we drop. We drop twice. So we have the third pick, the 5th pick, and the 6th pick, which is insane. The 3rd, 5th, and 6th picks. Let's view retired players, see if Ovechkin retired. Corey Perry retired. Ovi still kicking it. Okay. We have great picks here. I don't want to exit. NHL entry drafts tomorrow. View draft class. Who is on the board here? Oh my. Jordan Gavin, a center. Don't need a center. We do need a defenseman, so this guy might be good. Jack Falk. Looks like the top available defenseman. Johnny Strompalampalampus. We got to get this guy. We have to, right? Playmaker. We have to get him, right? Next episode is going to be crazy. Next episode, a franchise potential right wing sniper. Or do we trade up for Yuri Kilinin? I like the idea of taking him. I like it a lot. If I can get Yuri or Gavin, I think those are my 2 best options. Yuri or Gavin. But let me know in the comments below if we should trade up for that first round pick. If not, there is a lot of other moves we can make. So let me know down in the comments below what we should do. Thank you very much for watching episode number 4 of the Montreal Canadiens Franchise Rebuild. Next season, our team's going to look a lot different, but we're going to win the Stanley Cup. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.